Hi friends, this is Susie, your Candy Crush guru. It is December 9th, 2019. Folks have been asking if I have any update to the issue about being able to exit a level without losing lives or boosters. This is the information that's coming out from the studio and kind of my responses to them. So back on December 2nd, the community manager in King Community said, "Heads up, game issue with lives is going to be fixed." We thought, yay, we'll be able to send and receive lives with our friends now. No, that wasn't the case. Instead, he was announcing that those of us who hadn't already lost the opportunity to exit and enter a level without losing lives and boosters would now be losing that. And so some of us took exception to the fact that he used the word fixed, and all of us who responded took exception to the fact that King was using this approach to take away a feature that we really enjoyed. My responses I've tried to keep it lighthearted, even though it is a very disturbing trend that I see within King, and I'm very concerned about the future of the company if they don't pay attention to their stakeholders, to the people who purchase the boosters and extra lives in order to play the game and enjoy it the way they want, to those of us who are YouTubers who hear from an entire community about what's going on, and then from those of us who are individuals who may never have purchased anything, but we add to the ranks of people who play Candy Crush, and we create the buzz that makes Candy Crush the most popular game. And I'm afraid that if they don't take us into consideration, then they're going to lose their fan base more quickly than they realize, and their approach to trying to get money is going to hurt them in a catastrophic way, and they're going to lose big time, and we're going to lose big time. Anyway, but keeping it lighthearted, like I said, I took exception to the word fixed, and so I said, I bet this is exactly how my cat felt when we got him fixed. Disclosure, this is a photo reenactment, not my actual cat. So, over the weekend, a lot of people have responded. Obviously, none of those responses have been positive, saying, yes, this is a great change, we love it. And so the community manager responded again today, and he says, "Dear community, first of all, thank you very much to all you for coming by and sharing your opinion with us, and a warm welcome to the forum to all newcomers." All right, disclosure here. This ain't going to be pretty. Something sound promising, it's not going to turn out promising. Just going to warn you right now. So Panawia continues. "I wanted to let you know that your feedback has been shared with the studio, and we will be having more conversations around this change in the game during this and the upcoming weeks. Also, I've changed the title of this topic, thank you very much for the suggestion, and pinned it as an announcement." So in other words, he's no longer calling it a fix. So there's that minor improvement. He continues and says, "I would also like to confirm that, for now, there are no plans to undo this change in the game. However, due to your feedback, the studio will be looking into this. We acknowledge the want to be able to preview the levels, and we'll be looking into different ways on how we can incorporate that into the game." So it sounds like they're going to be discussing it in its entirety, but then continuing on the same sentence, it then sounds like it's just a discussion about giving us the ability to preview the levels. Because we used to have that on Flash, and then now that we can't exit, we don't have any way to see what the level looks like if we want to bring in boosters or try to find that level we played before that had yellow as one of its colors. Anyway, he says, "With that being said," this is where it gets worse, "I cannot promise that something will definitely come into the game, nor I can give you an estimated date, but I'll certainly keep the conversation going with the studio so they know what's the community opinion." And then it gets even worse, in my opinion. He says, Last but not least, an open question. Can you think of a different way for us to preview levels in the game? And then he wraps up. And here's my concern. Well, as so many have expressed, the simple way is to unfix the fix, to give us back the ability to exit and enter. But even if the studio isn't willing to do this, they had this preview option in Flash. So this should not be a question that we unpaid gamers should be asked. The developers and the community manager should know enough about the game to understand the different ways that preview could work and has worked in the past. So I responded, King says basically they will not return this feature to us, but there is a small chance that sometime in the future they will give us back the ability to preview screens if we tell them how to do that. This is like if I walked into the doctor's office feeling fine. Then the doctor says I have a problem with my toe. Then the doctor chops off my leg. Then he says he will get me a small adhesive bandage if he can find one. And then he asks, can I please describe to him what a small adhesive bandage looks like? So we're being asked to carry the onus of this and give the studio ideas about what should be done, but our primary ideas of how we want things to work, that we want the ability to exit and enter returned as a feature as it was first given to us and advertised to us, and that we want the levels that were reduced in moves put back so that there's a fair playing field for those who are coming into the game newly. So these are the things we're saying, and they're not really listening to those, unfortunately. As a result, a lot of folks on King Community have been talking about maybe staging a boycott, not purchasing boosters, quitting the game entirely. You can see we've got like 28, 30 pages and people are still making comments. People are also talking about what other games might be available that would be fun to play. Now, of course, the community is discouraging this type of behavior on their site. They don't want you to boycott them, and they don't want you to find a new game. So I'm going to give you this opportunity here for open discussion. Please post your comments, anything you have. Keep it clean, and you can vent. Just don't be completely disrespectful. But come up with ideas of what other games we might play. Now, for my part, just so you know, I don't intend to leave King. I don't intend to stop producing the Candy Crush videos. But I have started a channel of my own that's going to be coming out soon with my son that's more for entertainment, for everybody and for me, because it is stressful, actually, these days to be producing these Candy Crush videos. And so I needed something a little bit more lighthearted. And if you have a game that you want me to check out, if I think that it has a lot of staying power, I might start recording those levels too. So we can discuss this corporately, or you guys can come up with things on your own using my channel as a way to have these discussions, and even maybe stage a boycott where there is a day that you choose that no boosters are purchased. If this information is helpful to you, I'd ask that you consider liking and subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.